All right. Time to get started. I gotta find a better way to get my chat up. Okay, so what am I gonna paint today? Time to paint. I've got a Stag Lord to work on. I've got my baby Yodas to clean up. There's a lot of support marks on them. Guess I'll work on that. Move my palette back out of the way. I don't need that at the moment. May have to live with some of these. Okay, GoPro. I'm not sure what you're doing. Oh, did you just turn off? Well, that's great. Why did you turn off? I don't know why you turned off. There's no reason for you to turn off. If I have to go through that every so often, that's going to be annoying. I gotta get a better camera for it, but... Okay. If I'm too close, I can adjust my camera. If you think that would be a better option. Oh, there's so much cleanup to do on these guys. I've got 2 of them to paint for some reason. It was a Christmas gift, actually. Guess I should put it in view. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? feel like I need to be careful because it's hollow, which feels a little odd to me. It means that structurally it might not be the most stable thing in the world. All these little markings. I didn't mean for my morning painting stream to be filled with this, but I didn't think about cleaning it beforehand, like I probably should have. Don't know quite what the printer is expecting to happen with these, because I can only assume that I feel like I'm going to break the head off this poor little guy. You can see inside there's a lot of burrs in there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to clean those. I have to cut. Part of me just wants to paint it with the burrs and all intact and just deal with it, but that will look worse, and I don't know if I really want to do that. There's just so much to remove. But I guess that's just a part of it. Part of the painting process. Some of these are breaking off, that's nice. If I can at least get the little robe ready to paint. The face doesn't look too bad. There's a lot of ridge here at the top. There's some burrs back here. Careful, I don't want to damage his little hands. This should just break off, yeah. As well that. I don't know if this guy's gonna break off. There's too much attaching it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to file it off. Well, break it a little bit and then just file away. here I am moving it out of camera view again. Just have to get used to that. First time streaming this, so won't be perfect at it. Need to lower my chair so I'm at better height. That's much better on the back. I'm not sure who the printer was, since this was a gift, or I'd mention their name and say a little thank you. Oh, getting me this sculpt so that I can then paint it for you, all of the internet. I need to start marketing myself. Get on Twitter, get on Instagram. Do a little social media for the channel. But I'll admit, I'm not the biggest social media person. When I was younger, I used social media quite a bit, but those days are over and gone. I feel like I should raise the camera a little bit so there's a, I don't know, slightly better view of everything. But I'm sitting here. The whole point of this is for me to paint a little bit before I go to work and have a morning tea. That's very nice. Currently today I am drinking a green tea with raspberry. It's very tasty. Last night I went to the zoo. My local zoo does a illuminated exhibit for the Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year, and that was excellent. Not gonna lie. Oh. Heard one of my roommates. I wonder if they're okay with me doing this, or if they're gonna hear me. I'm not certain, but here I am, working completely off camera again. Let me go ahead and raise the camera so that's not gonna happen as often. There we go. That'll be a little bit better. And you can see my tea. I have sloth mug over here. It's my favorite mug of arguably my favorite animal. Downside is now I have it on my microphone. I have my camera mounted on a gooseneck arm, and God, there's so much glare from my light. You can barely see what I'm working on because he's so blindingly white. Anyway, I guess I'll just have to make do with that, and then when I get my primer coat on, things will look a little better. At least I hope they'll look a little bit better. There's no guarantees. His poor little fingers are very rough, so painting them won't be that hard since they're solid, but getting all of the burrs off That is a chore in and of itself. I really hope I'm not disturbing my roommates. If I am, then that changes my plan significantly. I might not be able to do mornings with Ulf. And I was really thinking that was a good way to start the day, maybe provide a little relaxation with my calming voice, and some mild entertainment in the form of painting. Also, starts my day off with a creative outlet, which is very nice, if I do say so myself. I'm thinking this might be as much as I'm gonna do. No, I should do more. I'm gonna do more. I'm so eager to paint. This guy's not that small for scale, so my hands are not the smallest in the world. Well, that looks much better than it did. Not perfect, but I'm impatient. And since I'm only streaming this for a short time, I don't want to spend all my time priming. I've got Vallejo gray surface primer. Giving it a good shake before I start. Of course, I'm not certain what my vocal audio quality is. Let me go ahead and put away the file. Now that is annoying. I did not know the GoPro would do that. I wonder if there's a setting I need to adjust on it itself to keep it from going to sleep like that. Let me disconnect for a minute, see if I can locate something like that. we'll see if that makes a difference. I think my primer is shaken up enough. Get a little decent amount in here. Go ahead and wipe off what I just put on my hand. Get this boy slotted up in here. If it'll fit, I think he fits. Otherwise, I'm gonna be, nope, I'm just gonna be holding him. Just slather the primer on. There's no need to be careful here. Don't want any bubbles though. The whole point of priming, if you don't know, is to provide a good surface for your paint to adhere. Very necessary if you want to have smooth, consistent coats. This isn't getting much darker with my primer being added, but my primer isn't that dark to begin with. I would prefer a little darker gray. I may look and see if I can find one. This isn't bad, but I think I would prefer a slightly darker gray. And using a darker primer helps hide mistakes, because a shadow is pretty easy to have and very easy to hide, so there's less to worry about in that regard too. Little cheat. Did I paint the back of this? I did not. Get this ear. Don't want to leave any spots out. Get to them and find out the paint's not going to adhere. That would be terrible. This noggin, here I am, off camera completely. This noggin has a lot of ridges, and that makes it very difficult to get everything smoothly on there. At least to me it does. I've got to monitor my time a little bit because I need to get to work. And I don't want to be late, of course. But this is a nice, relaxing way to start the day, I think. Personally. And I thought I would share my morning time. Maybe talk a little bit about whatever comes up. Maybe if I have any topics I feel like discussing. I could always say that anyone out there going through any rough times, any rough patches, anyone dealing with difficult family or life issues, anyone who fights or struggles with any mental illness, depression, bipolar, anxiety, schizophrenia, any major disorders, you're not alone. There are people who go through it. There are people to talk to. And when you think that there is no option, believe me, it's better to keep going. I've been there at the brink, and I've somehow managed to pull myself back every time. It's rough. It is not a simple thing to deal with. This is a decent topic for me right now because I've been struggling a little bit. Things haven't been perfect for me. Life, job. But even when things feel their worst, I try to always remind myself that I got way too much primer out. I try to remind myself that I'm not alone. No matter how isolated I feel, no matter how much I feel like I might not make it through, I am not alone. And neither are you. If you have any issues, wow, that live feed is odd, but it tells me my information. It's good to see that I'm at 23%. Because I don't know if I am able to charge while I'm doing this. I can only hope that I'm able to, but I am not certain. You can also see that it's streaming at 1080p 60 FPS. See, I would love to have a camcorder or a better camera to stream out this kind of content, but as I'm on a somewhat limited budget, a GoPro Hero 5 Black is very cheap to acquire these days. You can buy a refurbished one from eBay or various resellers if you can find it for not but $100. And that's what I did. So if you think that things are a little too inaccessible, they're not that, it's not that bad. You can always get something decent for a decent price. It just requires a little looking around, a little searching. And if we think that the child, Baby Yoda, is a bad choice, just let me know, and I can paint something else. But I feel that it's a perfect choice, especially given the current climate and pop culture. Baby Yoda is taking the internet by storm as one of the items of discussion. Getting close to the point where I'm not going to be able to hold him anymore. And I hope that his ears are dry enough, as I'm just going to pinch and sit. Yeah, they're dry. But it's good that I'm doing this now, because I'll have time to dry. Once he's dry, I'll be able to hold him by a different part of the body. And, ooh, be careful, I don't want to drop him. Hold him by a different part of his body and prime these lower sections. I guess I can grab him by the ears, sit him down, pick him up. I don't have much control that way though. I'll have to listen to my video replay, see what my camera, see what my audio sounds like, make sure that I'm providing the best quality that I can. I want you to be able to hear my voice. Ooh, pointy ears stabbing into the fingers a little bit. Don't want to puncture my skin with a Baby Yoda. That'd be a weird story to tell. So I was painting one day. I was holding my Baby Yoda, stabilizing him a little bit, and wouldn't you know it, I stabbed his fingers. I stabbed his ears into my fingers. What an anecdote that would be. This isn't the most challenging paint. He's got wide swaths of things, so I'm going to have to do a lot of shading to make it a little bit better. I think that's, oh, yep. I think that is the whole shebang. Oh, I hear my alarm going off. That means it's about time. It's about time to cut the stream short. So, on that note, it has been a great morning, relaxing. I hope that it has been calm and peaceful for anyone involved. I think I'm going to go clean up this primer. Since I got so much of it out, I did not expect it to take so little. Get rid of my little scrapings. Well, that's appropriate. It looks as though it takes about 10 minutes for the GoPro to go to sleep. I don't understand why. I'll have to look into that. But for now, it's been a good morning. I will talk to you tomorrow.